So appreciate you being on, brother. Appreciate you even giving us the time to share your experience here in the community. But without further ado, like, so tell us, what's your name, where you from, and where were you before you joined this community?
Frederick Culpepper, located in Little Elm, Texas, which is north of Dallas, Texas, about 45 minutes to an hour out. And before I joined the community, man, honestly, I was just stuck. Like, I ain't gonna say I had a horrible resume, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I did the normal. Like, I had a resume, then I went to Chat GPT, used that. I still wasn't getting no hits, so I wouldn't say I had a horrible one, but I had some that still wasn't working for me. So
Right.
I just was in a stuck place before I joined. I didn't know what to do, didn't know where to go. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what my plan was, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't go where I needed to go.
Okay. Okay. And since you got here, like, what would you describe the process of being in the program to be like?
The process, I think it's a smooth process. I just say if people actually listen, what I'm saying. Sometimes people they have what they want to do, but it's like you got to listen to the expert. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's a pretty smooth process if you listen. Especially like I said, with the resume, that's the key thing. Like, I know you do that on, what I'm saying, the one-on-one call. Well, not even one-on-one, the group calls. You go through the resume. That's the most important thing. So if you listen from the resume to the implementation of the resume to the LinkedIn, Dice, and all of those, that's the key portion right there, man.
Copy. Okay. Okay. And how long would you say it took for us to start getting some interviews lined up and then eventually first job offer?
So for me, because I'm looking for a particular role, like I'm not looking for on site. I'm looking for an actual. I was looking for a remote role.
Mm-hmm.
But for my phone to start ringing after we updated the resume, I would say maybe 2 to 3 days for my phone to start ringing. And interviews, maybe even because I even took a few on site interviews, but I would
Mm-hmm.
say maybe a week or two. No more than 2 weeks for sure. Like I said, phone ringing 2 to 3 days, and me for to actually get an interview, maybe a week or two.
Copy. Okay. Okay. So about 2 or 3 days for you to start getting some opportunities lined up. So interviews, like after you start getting opportunities, the interviews are coming there. So what was interview prep like leading up to that first interview?
Interview prep, it was pretty smooth. Like I said, for me, what I've learned from you is you gotta always keep that interview bug going. Like even if you have a perfect job that you like and love, you still have to interview. Because even for me, like I know how to interview well, but I haven't interviewed in 3 4 years.
Right.
So it's something I forgot and I had to kind of get back used to. But like like you recording all your interviews and giving us the access to them, that's a help as well. Especially when it gets to the point where you're kind of like in that final round,
Right.
where it's like, okay, do you have any questions for us? A lot of times we don't know what question to ask. And so with you giving us the access and helping us out, it's like, okay, these are the questions that you should ask and what you should be looking for, things of that nature.
Got you. Okay. And how'd you feel about the negotiation piece?
I mean, it was good. We really didn't get to go through that portion because
All right.
like just because of the contract I have,
Yeah.
it was kind of weird. Like they didn't even really give us the opportunity to really negotiate the way we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I told you, I thought it was a scam at first when I went through it. They was like, we don't really send an offer letter. I'm like, that don't even make no sense.
Right.
So I know we'll be getting to it, but what I'm saying, I know when we talked through and how we would have handled it. I think it would have been beneficial. I think they were scared to think that I was gonna either leave them on stuff.
Right. And they ended up still selling the letter though, right?
So it really wasn't a letter. Like with them,
Mm-hmm.
it's more so. I don't even know if I told you about this. So it really wasn't a letter. So like you go in and sign all the documents, and it's like a form where it
Right.
just said, "Okay, this is what you're making." So it's really not. I mean, it's like an offer letter, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But my offer letter, it was weird because it said $0. So I didn't sign it.
Right.
So I sent it back and it was said, I said, "Is this like normal?" Because I'm like, I know what I'm supposed to be making, and y'all
Right.
told me what I'm making. So, but I'm not gonna sign it if it don't have a total. Like,
Right.
I'm, even
And
because I'm like, because I will quit. Like, if I get a check or if I, what I'm saying, to say $0, I'm gonna quit. So I want y'all to know, I need to see this number before I sign anything. If I had
okay.
signed all the documents outside of that one.
Okay. And they ended up updating it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what was that first offer for?
The first offer was for 65 an hour.
Copy. And that was fully remote, right?
Yeah, fully remote.
Okay, so 0 to what is it? About 60 days? About 60 days for you to get that?
Yeah, about 60. Because like I said, I think it was like August something. Yeah, so it was about 60 days.
Okay. So like what would you say to someone who was considering enrolling in the program? Like what would you say to them?
I would say do it. Like it's beneficial. And like I said, I know from my own personal experience I don't trust nobody. Like you have to earn my trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think everything is a scam because it's everything, you know, and not against you, you know what I'm saying, but just the entire community of people, you know what I'm saying, like they just saying, okay, I can help you get a job. I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that. It's just everything just sounds too good to be true. And it's
Right.
like, you know, some people are telling the truth, but you know, some people just looking for a bag. So
Right.
it's just like you don't really know who to believe. So I would tell them when dealing with you, like you gonna like it's worth it. You know what you're talking about. You an expert at what you do, and you know you're gonna keep it real with them. You're not gonna lead them astray and saying, okay, you don't have this type of experience, but we can get you this type of job or this
Right.
type of money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you don't have experience, you're gonna tell them, okay, well you want to do this, but let's just say for example you don't have no IT experience at all
Right.
and you want to get into cloud engineering, you're not gonna say, "Well, in 2 months I can get you a cloud engineering job."
Right.
You're not gonna run into them like that. You're gonna say, "Okay, we can get you just to start you out. We can do help desk or you know what I'm saying, system admin, something like that. But we're gonna do these projects, and then we're gonna use these projects to get you, you know what I'm saying, some exposure, and then we're gonna get you into cloud engineering." So you know you're gonna lead them astray, and not trying to sell them a dream. So I would say jump in, and it's totally worth it.
Copy. Copy. Okay, man. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your experience with everyone. It's especially valuable to me because, like you said, you don't trust people. So, like,
Yeah.
what was the thing that made you be like, okay, like I could trust this guy. I could work with this guy.
I'm good at reading people, and like I told you, I said I can see, you know, what I'm saying, certain tidbits like when you talk, and kind of like how you get out of element a little bit, how you try to make sure that you know, what I'm saying, you stay focused on when somebody say something to you. Like sometimes it's like a little trigger where it's like, okay, I said, okay, now I can see him, you know what I'm saying. So, but also you knowledgeable, like even during the calls that we had, like you know, what I'm saying, you know what you're talking about. And so like it ain't like you just and you're not like focused on like you're not pushing it where it's like, hey, join,
Right.
give me your money. Like you ain't that type of person. Like it's like you want to show and prove before, you know what I'm saying, you try and say, okay, well, give me your money. You showing us what you can actually offer
Right.
beforehand.
Okay.
Because even just to join is free. Like, you know, sometimes for people to, which I understand, you know, it's all a business, but some people just to even get in to show how you do the weekly class, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Some people you got to actually pay for that.
Right.
So, like I said, like I said, you very personal, and that's another thing too. So, even though I know, you know, that after a while, you know, once you get to another stratosphere, you know, it'll be a little different. But you know, we good.
I'm still grounded. I'm still grounded. Okay. Okay. I can hear that. I can hear that. Well, y'all heard it here first from the man who don't trust anybody. But I mean, I can't thank you enough for your time. It's been like an absolute pleasure to work with you. I can't imagine what we're gonna accomplish like as the time goes forward because that's a really quick turnaround for a role. So I'm just excited for the next level, to be honest with you. And I'm hoping like, you know, you're gonna be an inspiration to other people in the community and like, I don't know, get them right when they're not trying to listen, you know?
For sure. And like I said, I appreciate you as well. You know, give me your time. You know, any questions I have, you always respond back. You know, and sometimes like I always tell people, I'm not afraid to ask any question. Some of the questions might be like I can always go find the answer, but you know, like I got this contact right here where I can just ask.
Right.
And even just to speak about the community itself, like sometimes you don't even help people. Like the people in the community help each other. Because
Right.
I help some, you know, like I said, I'm a BA, a senior BA. So I help somebody get into a BA position. And they had an interview, and like I said, I know BA isn't like a rare thing. You know, that's something where it's like rare. So he really wasn't sure on what the interview was going to be about, what to say. And so I helped him. I coached him through his interview. Like before he got to his interview, I asked him what he do for his position, and I basically made a correlation to what BA is doing, what he doing. That helped him smash the interview, got him a job, and I know y'all did a good negotiation. So, like I said, and the community helped each other. So that's another thing.
What's that saying? Each one teach one or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to build here, man. That's what we're trying to build here. But like I said, man, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to share your experience here. And it's just one person. We're just gonna take it one person at a time.
That's all we can do, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.